Hey there, this is Amelia here. Welcome to Amelia's crossdressing story. Today we are going to share a story called Trip to Paris Part 15. By Teddy. For more interesting and exclusive stories, please subscribe to my channel and support me at Patreon. She walked into the kitchen to find out what he was cooking, but there stood Jamie dressed to the nines. She was wearing a very short, low-cut dress, heels, wig, earrings, and a necklace. And Ronnie could see the garter tabs from a garter belt, holding up her nylons, just showing below the hem of the skirt. Also, it appeared that Jamie had attached her breast forms, as she was showing some cleavage. Ronnie just stood there and watched. Her thoughts were confused, trying to figure out what was going on. Was he all right? Was this okay? Jamie finally saw her standing there, smiled at her, and said, "Hi, love. I thought that you deserved a nice meal tonight." Jamie's makeup was really pretty, like she was going out to a club. And Ronnie asked, "Ah. Thanks. But why Jamie?" "I just felt like it." "Are you sure?" "Yeah. Mark said that it would be all right, as long as I felt good about it. Besides, when we go see Mark tomorrow, I have to be Jamie." "But why the really sexy look?" "I just felt like it, and for you. You know your garters are showing?" "Yeah. Sexy. Isn't it?" "I guess." Putting his hands on his hips, and with a pouty look, he said, "You guess?" "Yeah. It's sexy all right. But what? Are you sure you're all right?" "Honey. If I felt that I couldn't handle it, I wouldn't have done it." "Okay. If you're sure. What's for dinner?" After they had cleaned up the dinner dishes, they sat and cuddled in the living room. Ronnie just loved doing this, and she could feel that Jason was very comfortable as Jamie right now. And asked, "You're so dressed up. You don't want to go out, do you?" "No. I'm just happy sitting here with you. And, you know that's when I'm the happiest." "Good," Ronnie said, in a somewhat fake serious tone, "'cause young lady, I'd never let you out of the house with your garters showing like that." "Is that so?" "Yes. That's so." "Well, what if I just go out?" This started a little tussle between the two, with Ronnie ending up pinning Jamie down on the floor in such a way that she could hardly move. And, she said, "Young lady, you are being bad. And I'm going to have to punish you." "You think so?" And Jamie struggled to get loose, but couldn't. "Can't get loose, can you?" Jamie struggled some more, but to no avail. Then, looking down at her, and how pretty she looked, Ronnie smiled and said, "I know just the punishment for such a bad girl." Jamie struggled a little more. Ronnie then bent down and kissed her. Just a little kiss. And then sat back up. She looked at her some more, bent down again, and this time kissed her very deeply. As she sat back up again, she said, "You know, you are a very pretty girl, and you turn me on." "Going lesbian on me?" Jamie asked with a grin. "Only with you, lover." This turned into one of their long love-making sessions. And they ended up falling asleep in each other's arms on the living room floor. The following morning, Ronnie awoke, still cuddled with Jamie, and just smiled to herself. Later that day, as Ronnie and Jamie were pulling into Mark and Sarah's driveway, there was another car there, and Ronnie said, "Isn't that Linda's car?" "Yeah. It is," Jamie replied. "Wonder what they're doing here." Kiddingly, Jamie said, "Maybe a group session." Sarah met them at the door, wearing a short bathrobe, and she gave both of them hugs. And said, "Jamie, you look very nice today." "Thank you," Jamie replied. "Did we see Linda's car in the drive?" Ronnie asked. "Mark and I figured that we'd have a small get-together. Linda and Amy are out by the pool. And I figured that Jamie and I would join them while Mark talks with Ronnie." "Sounds like fun. But we didn't bring suits." "No problem, I have a number of extras. Mark's in the den." I'll take Ronnie there and then we'll find a suit for Jamie. And we'll get Ronnie one when you're done with Mark. Ronnie gave Jamie a kiss and said, "See you in a little while, lover." Later, babe. Sarah was back in a few minutes with a big grin on her face. And Jamie asked, "What's so funny?" "Oh, just something Ronnie said." Sarah and Jamie then went to Sarah's bedroom to find Jamie a bathing suit. She had a couple one-piece suits, a couple two-piece suits, and a bikini. Sarah asked Jamie, "Ever wear a girl's bathing suit before?" "Only the bottoms." "Only the bottoms?" "Yeah." And Jamie went on to tell Sarah about the lost clothes on the honeymoon. "That's really cute," Sarah said with a smile when Jamie was finished. Jamie picked out a pretty blue one-piece suit and took it into the bathroom to change. It turned out that this suit had high-cut legs and a low-cut back. But it fit Jamie well and felt good. When they got to the pool, Sarah took off her robe and Jamie saw that she was wearing a skimpy bikini. Amy and Linda got out of the pool and each gave Jamie a very big hug. With Amy saying, "That suit looks very nice on you, Jamie." "Yes, it does," Linda added. "Thanks." "Sarah has good taste," Jamie replied. "Come on in the water. It's really nice." "Ah, my wig. It's not glued on and I don't have a bathing cap." Linda looked at Sarah and said, "Doesn't Mark have some waterproof wig glue?" "I think so," Sarah replied. "I'll go see if I can find it." "Bring some bobby pins, too." Jamie thought, Mark has wig glue. He doesn't look like he wears a wig. While Sarah was gone, Amy applied suntan lotion all over Jamie, saying, "We don't want you to burn." Sarah was back in a few minutes with a bottle of wig glue and bobby pins. Linda went to work attaching Jamie's wig. Then after the glue had dried, she quickly did Jamie's hair up in a nice twist so that it wouldn't get in the way while swimming. Meanwhile, Sarah and Amy made some drinks and set them next to the pool. After Linda was done with Jamie's hair, all four girls were in the pool, enjoying the water, their drinks, and they chatted away like four girlfriends. The only thing that would have given away that all four weren't real girls was Jamie's male voice. It was a good hour and a half later when Ronnie and another girl came walking out on the patio. Amy saw them first and said, "Well, it's about time you two got out here." Linda said, "Hi guys. Come on in, the water's fine." Jamie turned to look at who the others were talking to, figuring it was Ronnie and Mark, and was going to say something, but just stared. This other girl, was it Mark? Sarah moved behind Jamie, put her hands on her shoulders, and whispered, "Honey. That's my Mark. But, right now, he's Vicki." "Mark's a crossdresser?" "Yes. But, he's not as passable as you or Linda." "But, he does look good." "Yes. But, you knew it was Mark when you saw him. Didn't you?" "Well. Yeah. I guess. We just thought it would be fun to have a girls get together. I'd better find Ronnie a suit." Ronnie and Sarah ran off to find Ronnie a swimsuit, and Mark, now Vicki, took off her robe, and she was wearing a nice two-piece bathing suit. She lowered herself into the water and moved next to Jamie and said, "I'm sorry. I should have told you that I was a crossdresser too." "No. It's fine. It was just a little bit of a shock to see you standing there looking like a girl. And now I know why you had the wig glue. This is one reason that I work with the transgendered community. I'm part of it. And I think being one helps me understand better." "Interesting. So, how long have you been dressing?" "Like you." "Since I was little." Jamie handed Vicki a drink, and they continued to chat. It was 15 minutes before Sarah and Ronnie were back, and Ronnie had a robe on. As she walked up to the pool, she took it off, and she had on a very skimpy, bright red, bikini. Jamie shook her head and said, "These French girls. Always showing off." Ronnie jumped into the pool, deliberately splashing Jamie. Everyone enjoyed the pool for another hour until Sarah said, "Vicki. Honey. Why don't you, Jamie and Ronnie, cook us some burgers? And Linda, Amy, and I will get the rest of the dinner. After the burgers were done, the six sat and enjoyed a nice picnic-style supper and the rest of the evening. Linda and Amy were the first to leave. After changing back into their street clothes, they said goodnight to everyone and left. Jamie was with Mark in the kitchen and said, "I thought that we were going to have another talk today?" "In a way we did," Mark said. "We did? I saw what I wanted to see. How you interacted with others. And I had a nice talk with Ronnie and learned a lot." "All the dirt?" "All the dirt and then some." "Oh great. No. I really don't think you have a problem. Other than what you perceive as problems, which aren't." "Really?" "Yes. We'll sit down later and talk about them. The three of us. But first, I want to talk with you one more time alone. You're the boss." As Jamie and Ronnie were changing to leave, Jamie removed her swimsuit and Ronnie said, "Honey, you've got a nice tan." "A tan? You're going to have some very interesting girl-type tan lines from that suit." "You're kidding?" "No. Look in the mirror." Jamie looked in the mirror and sure enough, everywhere the suit wasn't, he had tanned a little. "It could be worse. I could have gotten a burn. Guess I should be glad Amy put lotion on me. No one will see it. How about the doctor on Thursday? I forgot about your checkup. Want to reschedule it? How long will the tan last? A few months? Probably. I guess I just might as well go." He probably won't say anything. On the way home, Jamie was much chattier than usual, starting out with, "How about Vicki? I would never have guessed that Mark was a crossdresser." "Me either," Ronnie said. "When Sarah was taking me to the den, she told me to not be surprised as to how Mark was dressed. And when I saw him, I couldn't help but stare for a few seconds. His breasts look like yours, almost real. Sarah told me that Mark had been a crossdresser for longer than she had known him. And, as Mark and I talked, it surprised me as to how comfortable he was, sitting there in the swimsuit and robe, and how feminine his voice was." "So, what did you two talk about?" "Us." "What about us?" "Oh, everything. How we met. How I found out about your crossdressing. How I felt about Jamie. How I interact with Jamie. How our relationship was. Stuff like that." "So, he knows all about us?" "Yeah. Most everything. I hope it helps." "It will. I have a good feeling about this." "A good feeling?" "Yeah. Even after your first talk with Mark, things were better. You just seemed better. Relaxed. More at ease with yourself." "Really? Watching you today with everyone. You just relaxed and became Jamie. Jason is first and foremost. Jamie is a part of Jason and not in control. I also know Mark told you that most of your problems, which you see with Jamie, are just imagined. I was comfortable today. I knew everyone and they accept me for who I am." "Who are you?" "Huh? Who are you?" I guess I'm Jason." "Yeah. You're Jason. But, who is Jason?" "I guess I'm a little complicated. To say the least. I guess that Jason is a guy who first of all loves Ronnie very much. Who does enjoy his life, his family, and believe it or not, school. He also has a quirk. He has a feminine side. A feminine side that he enjoys. But, he does have concerns about her. You're sweet. These concerns. Are they getting any less? I think. Mark, or should I say Vicki, is beginning to help me see that they are all in my mind, and that I shouldn't have them." Ronnie just smiled and thought, "I think I'm getting my old Jason back." Ronnie then changed the subject. And the rest of the way home they just talked about a number of things, including how much fun they had that day with Mark/Vicki, Sarah, Amy, and Linda. That's all for now. See you in the next video. For more interesting stories, please subscribe to our channel, and for exclusive content, please join us on Patreon. Link in the comment.